over here, it's hotter than...
It's incredibly hot out here.
Peel it off with my hands. The orifice is a different size.
I'm real excited for that. Where are we?
Franklin.
Downtown Franklin
Ohio,
cruising,
yeah.
Saturday night. Bringing you guys
They used
along.
to have this, and then they quit having it during COVID. Now it's back. That's all I know.
That's what we heard.
We got here an hour late and the worst parking spot there is.
We're not trying to hang out all night though because we got places to be.
Yep. hotter than
It's incredibly hot out here.
110 degrees.
I don't think we're gonna last long at this one. I'm ready to get home and get packed.
We're hanging out.
There's some awesome cars here, don't get me wrong. They said they're supposed to be over 800 by 6 o'clock. It's only like 4:30 maybe right now, right? It's hot out here.
These guys leaving.
Nothing but blacktop, so I don't know. John.
Yeah. Just be getting here.
They're just getting here. There went John.
They're late. It's packed. A whole bunch of them, howdy bunch.
I love that. I love that Falcon. All right.
That's old Randy Angler.
It's hot. Everybody, lots of people are still rolling in, but I don't know. We're heading out. We just came to see and head out, I guess.
I think she's ready to leave, people.
I'm ready to go to Florida is what I'm ready for. I'm ready for the beach. I don't even want to think about the drive. Just gonna imagine myself already there.
There you go. All right, we're back on the C30. We got parts. Blake showed up. I said, hey, we need some parts. He grabbed some parts. We're going downtown later on next week, so I'm trying to get as much done as I can. Got a set of injectors coming, and some of the stuff he got will help us start getting stuff together. I've been working on this exhaust manifold, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get that on all the way tonight. Put some NICs, get the bolts in, get that bolted on, show you what I did underneath. Been getting power steering brackets bolted on. Haven't put the alternator on yet just because I want to finish the intake work right there. It kind of gets in the way of that. We want to try to get the radiator in. So let me show you what he's got. Oh, and we got these sweet hubcaps. GMC 67, 68 GMC 12-inch 3/4 ton hubcaps. Picked 4 of those up on eBay for $100 plus shipping. And there's one preview, but I'm gonna do some different rims on the 8-lug Thug, some Detroit steel looking stuff. Let me show you what we got here. We'll get started installing it. So I told him we needed some stuff. He went out and got low car shifter. This truck's got a 4L60E in it, and he said he wanted this truck to be an easier to drive truck, so his wife could drive it and stuff. So instead of a bunch of janky shifters and B&Ms and Hurst, which is all good stuff, not great for just daily driving, I told him to go out and just get a low car shifter, push button top, high quality. This will actually be the first one I've ever installed, so that's fun. I've never really bought the good stuff, bought what I could afford. So we'll in this video we're going to get that installed. They come with instructions. They come in a heavy box, a bigger box with plenty of wrap. So little base there. I've been looking at it. Got the shifter arm goes on the side, and then they've sent plenty of rod. That's all threaded rod all the way. Should be plenty of that. Plenty of bolts. A complete bag of bolts, stops, everything. They got the lever for the 4L60 right there. And they got detailed instructions, which I'm going to read. This truck had a 4-speed in it, so there's a hole up there in the way. Now, it's not in the way. There's just a 4-speed hole there that probably like a new carpet or a new... We'll see how it goes. We're going to try to install this. If we can cover that up, great, and still reach it and it work, great. But if it may have to come back, we'll have to find our range of motion with the shifter. We'll start looking at the directions. We'll take it over to the table, start assembling it, reading through that. That's detailed right there. Pictures, details. Anyone should be able to install that. Low car performance. So that's that. We're going to be getting that installed. So we got the motor installed, motor mounts installed, the 4L60's in, the flywheel bolts are all tight, the torque converter's tight. We got the dipsticks in. We got to get the transmission lines off of the donor vehicle. We're moving right along. There's some uncharted waters on this build. One of them is this tank. I have no idea where it came from or if it's ever been used or what's even in it. Hopefully it's clean inside. So we had to have some kind of fuel system. Now in my truck, I got a Boyd welding tank with the Aeromotive 340. That's in my opinion, so far in my experience, a really good setup. This is just kind of a more budget-friendly setup. I've heard good and bad about these, which is anything in life, you're going to have good and bad experiences. The problem, we don't know if it's a problem, but it's an Evil Energy kit. It comes with filters, fuel lines, fittings, gauges, and everything. So it's got these cushion clamps that will mount down along the frame. It comes with probably what looks like 25 feet of line, which we'll have to put fittings on. We'll show you how to do all that. It comes with instructions, Evil Energy fuel pressure regulator, installation instructions. It's got a regulator that'll go up to 120 PSI, how to change the spring, components, stuff like that. We want to read through all that. It's got fittings here. I'm not sure if it's got the fitting for our fuel rails, like the adapter to fit on that. So we may have to buy, there may be a few things, even though you buy a kit, there may be a few things you have to get. We'll see. I can already tell that there's no fittings for the factory fuel rails, which those, I might have some because I use those on 8-lug Thug. I think I probably do. So those just go on the factory lines and adapt to a dash fitting. So we'll lay all that out, and then comes with a nice filter, more pump fittings, filter fittings. Comes with a sealed pump, sealed in a vacuum sealed bag. Evil Energy. It's got brackets. That's what these brackets will mount it on the frame, and then fuel filter will be in line. There's come with all these fittings, bags of fittings. I don't know if there will be enough there to do a return system, which we may have to buy more because usually you do a return line from the depends how this regulator is, but factory had a return line all the way back. So we got lots to do, lots of parts, lots of stuff to lay out, get that shifter installed. That'll be nice. Got injectors on the way, so let's get to it. All right, here we are at the magic table. We're going to see what's all about this shifter. We're going to go through the instructions. Something I never do. So this is GM floor mount automatic transmission shifter. And refer to figure 1 for component names. Tools and materials needed. Standard Allen wrenches. Wrencher socket set. And then a tape measure, metal cutting tool, drill and 5/16 drill bit, an ohm meter, wire cutters, wire crimping, blue thread locking compound. So low car shifters are designed to fit specific transmissions, which is what this fits. They got a detailed picture here. We're going to do driver side. We're going to do above floor installation. They show you a picture of the driver's side. They show you a picture of the passenger side. And then they show you how it looks once you got your bracket bolted to the bottom, and then side brackets. I've already quit reading. I go by pictures. So dump the hardware out here. Start separating the good from the bad. There's our heim joints. And then here's our shifter. The thing's beautiful, so we're going to take good care of that. Here's our rod. Make sure we get everything out of the box. Alrighty, so let's drag this over here. This is your floor plate base. I can already tell that just by looking at it. This side's going to need some extremely short bolts. I can already tell that just by looking at it. Piece it together, and then I'll go back and I'll Loctite everything. Alright, this side's shut, so you got to use really short screws on that side. I could tell that as soon as I seen it. It's not a pass-through hole. Really, we got to get this together so we can see our range of motion. Put it all together loose. These holes pass through. Let's use those shorter bolts anyway. Alrighty. Looking good so far. Driver's side, passenger side, we got that going for us. And then we want to mount these. We want to put these brackets on there. I like that way. That gives it a nice wide stance. It may change. We're in a hurry to get this truck done so we can get the yellow truck in here and use the lift to get the cab off. That's what we're wanting to do. Get that cab off. I thought, how am I going to get it off? And well, you use your lift because it don't weigh that much. I did have an outside lift and I took it down. I wish I'd have known. I should have kept it up and did one more job. I plan on reinstalling it somewhere in the future. Just I took it down for now. So far, so good. Self-explanatory. All right, we're getting there. I like that. We got these just loose. You can adjust this. We'll tighten some of that stuff as we go. This is self-explanatory. And so I already see a problem. I already installed these legs in the way. It looks like so these rear legs can't mount like that. They have different options here. Reading wouldn't have helped. We're learning. Got a lot of hot rod work going on here. We got Jennifer's 40 Chevy, Blake's 78, 77 Chevy. Move them around. All right. Still in the way. Okay. We can adjust this base all the way forward. We're learning together. I like that you only got one little lever that goes through the floor. So far, we're hitting. I got it how it shows in the picture. All right, we're still in the cab. Looks like we got it mounted. We'll see. We'll go underneath and see how she acts. I don't know how much motion it needs, but that's awful tight if that's all it needs. We'll go underneath and put the bracket on the transmission, and we'll finish dialing it in. We'll get a boot that covers that, and you won't see the other hole because we'll cover it. All right, we're down here where we have opted to mount the shifter into the floor. So we made a little hole there. We couldn't use the existing 4-speed hole because park would have been up under the dash. So we had to find a range of motion, and we had to come back and over because this has a high hump. That shifter is probably more intended to be used on a low hump. So hopefully we can make it work when we get underneath. But we had to pick a location that worked in between the two of them. So now I'm just drilling holes. There'll be a boot over that. And then we'll make a temporary plate to put over the shifter boot. We'll use the shifter boot ring for the original 4-speed to hold down the replacement piece. It'll look good. It'll look fine. So I'm going to go ahead and screw these down, and then we can raise it up and go underneath. All right, it's Thursday morning. We're back working on Blake's truck. Found out the shifter hits the seat a little bit. So I'm doing some adjustments on that. And then experimenting with this little collar here where the shift rod goes onto. And you can move it around. So it was hitting these little ears. So we're going to keep that loose. We're going to take our stuff and go back into the truck, bolt it back down to the floor, see how we like it. You can adjust the pitch of it also, right there, those slotted holes. So it'll move it, that'll help move it away from the seat. Let me get skinny here. Yeah. So this goes down there. I got it backwards. It's gonna be real hard to film. So this goes in there like that. Then I can adjust this collar here and move this collar right here on the side. Put my shift arm anywhere I want. So I can't film and do it all at the same time. So I'll be right back. All right. Pretty sure we got it all adjusted perfect inside. Now we need to raise it up, get the rod in it. I got it in park up above. We'll put it in park down below. We'll make sure our rod's good. Let's raise it up. It's a big boy up there. I say it every time. Let me get you down here and show you what we're working on. Not sure how well you can see it, but we got a rod here going up to our other piece, and that's park. So we need to get that screwed in. Let's pop this guy off real quick. Might have to cut the rod. Don't know yet. Obviously, you want as much of the rod in the fitting as you can get. And there's not reverse. There's not one left and one right. It's just right-hand thread the whole way. So it's not like a turnbuckle, like a Heim joint, where you got two different threads and one rod, and your one single adjustment would open it up. This is adjust each end, set the jam nut. Pretty much is what you're down to on this. That's feeling pretty good. Let's go a little more. It's feeling real good there. Hopefully we're just not in a bind. We won't know till we get up. I had it shifted last night and I realized it was touching the seat. So I took it out, did a little reset. All right. So overall, I rate that an easy install that anyone could do as long as you're willing to cut a hole in your floor. And it comes with all the hardware. I changed the bolts on the floor. I got thicker bolts with different nuts, but they had stuff for that, so I just used my own. We will keep checking that several times to make sure it's properly adjusted. Although I've checked it a bunch, I never had it properly adjusted till right now. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to start getting this manifold here bolted on for the last time, get all the bolts in it with some NICs and stuff, because I made a custom piece of exhaust here that wasn't going to fit, so I made it fit. So we'll show you more about that O2 sensor. I'll take that down, show it to you, but I can go ahead and get the manifold bolted on for the last time. So that's what's next. All right, we got all of our bolts in, put some NICs on them so they won't stick. Fresh multi-layer gaskets on there. Now we're just going to run them down. Make sure they all go in. Gonna run them all down before I start tightening them. Nice new bolts. Go back, torque those down. Start getting our spark plug wires on. Right here's your water temperature sensor. So I bought this kit on Amazon. Comes with two fittings here, and these are supposed to be for your oil pressure and for your water temperature sender, so you can run regular gauges. These were very inexpensive, so I'm gonna go ahead while I'm here. I'm gonna pull this sensor out. There's nothing in this harness that hooks to it, so I have no way of knowing, and that's no way of going. No way of knowing, ain't no way of going. Keep these factory sensors. People go to junkyards and pull sensors out for race motors, so don't overlook the obvious. All right, so here's what we got. It's got a little washer on there. It sure is a small port. We'll probably end up plugging it for now or something until we find something that'll fit in there. Just figured I would change it out while I'm here. Don't tighten too much because you'll break it off in there, then you'll be pissed. Tighten these guys down. Don't break these off and you'll be pissed. Click, click. Alrighty. Now we can put in plug wires. Got a bolt in here on the motor mount that I need to tighten back up from when I was putting the cross member in. Right now it's my easiest chance to get to it. All right. Marking things off the list. All right, manifolds on, plug wires are in. We're gonna take care. I jerked the power steering pump unit back off because it's something we want to take care of. I bought this for my truck, which I'll just buy another one because my 8-lug Thug produces too much power steering pressure and it pukes out the lid. So they make these valves that limit the pressure. It's supposed to go right in this pump, so we're going to see about that. We're going to see what that's all about. All right, side-by-side comparison. Here's what we're taking out. It's what we're putting in. At first glance, the hole inside is different. The orifice is a different size, so we will screw this right in. It's got an O-ring. There's a little valve in there you got to push down. Apparently the threads are beyond that valve. Push down on it while you turn. All right, different size socket. It's good enough for me. All right, so then we'll have to build a line or buy a line. We want to convert that over. I'll have to find them. There's a kit for that too. So basically now this will take a, we should be able to use the power steering line off. We'll have to make our own line. So let's keep these together here. This is what we're going to. We'll have to get on the internet and see what we need. So let's throw that back on. Now we got the valve change. If you ever have problems with too much PSI on the LS swap, there's your problem right there. Buy that little cheap valve. All right, that's back on. Pressure reducer installed. Mark that off the list. All right, I'm gonna raise it up, go underneath. Boom! Got that done. Kicking butt. All righty, we got our shifter fitting good. She's in park right here. Comes all the way back, don't hit the seat. Seat could go forward a little bit, need be. And we'll make sure she's in park. It's got all kinds of adjustment. You can tilt the body. You could put these tabs above, below, beside, up, down, low. But you got to keep in mind that that arm right there has to clear. If you have a low hump, you could mount this base on top of your floor, which means no hole other than that rod, which in a car that would be great. But being how this has a tall hump, 4-speed hump, it's a 2-wheel drive truck, but it's got the big hump in it like a 4-wheel drive would have. I don't really understand why, but it does. And so we had to sink that down in there. An inch is a mile in the automotive world, so you know what I mean. The reason I wanted it sunk down is you'll see when we go underneath the rod, the more parallel the rod is, the better it'll work. Instead of being at an extreme angle, might not be as easy to shift. So that's why I wanted it sunken down in there. We'll cover it up with a boot. Let's go down below and finish installing the rod. All right, now that we got the manifold on, you can see this piece of beauty I made with my Art Captain welder. This used to be up there. I cut it off. I took a piece that I had and used the bin so we can use factory stuff. We'll have this truck ready for exhaust. We gotta get some O2 sensors, and we'll have to do something to protect this airline. Get it farther away. We'll put a shield around it. The other place had like a piece of water hose wrapped around it. So we'll do better than that. Kicking butt, kicking butt. One thing we want to start doing is getting the bolts out for this gas tank. I can't get it out because the lift's in the way, but let's at least get it loose. It's just in the way. Let me get some more sockets. Alright, that's loose. I think it's got a filler neck. Yeah, it's back here. She's got gasoline in it. All right, good gas tank. Unbelievably, we got it out. So now I gotta get that cross member out. Got that out. Moving right along, folks. Hoses galore under here. What's going on, everybody? We're back in the shop. This is probably the last installment of me being in the shop for a week. So I want to leave on a high note. I want to try to get as much done as I can on Blake's LS swap before I head out of town. So so far, we've showed you the transmission cross members installed, bolted in, new mount. The motor's bolted in. Got both manifolds on. We got both pieces of pipe on with O2 sensors. We need to get new O2 sensors because our plugs don't match the harness. What else do we need? I got some adapters for the oil pressure and water temperature. I'm not sure how those are going to work out yet. Put the stock radiator in it. It's wide, but it fits. We just popped a couple holes in the lower part of the core support, and it just sits right in there. I put a couple nut certs in. I don't really like the way that looks. We'll address that more, but so far running the stock radiator allows us to run the stock hoses. That way he can go in any store and get a new hose, a new belt. This will allow us to run the fan, and we'll probably try to figure out how to get a shroud on it of some sort. It may not look the best, but it all around fits the best. There could be a lid made for that. There probably is something out there. The only things I see so far is I need a reservoir over there where the battery's at. So I may end up relocating the battery over to here, which is kind of a pain, but I haven't made cables yet. So I just get a tray for the driver's side. I could put the battery right here, and then I could have a reservoir right here. It's a little more work, but if I do that, I can use the stock battery cable because it goes around and up to this bracket here, and then you get your ground. It may work out better to have the battery over here. I got to run some power feed wires so I can come through here and do all that. And then since I got the exhaust done, I want to try to take this as far as I can so he don't have to take it very many other places. I want to leave here with exhaust and drive shaft on it. I want him to leave here driving it. So this newer exhaust was on it with the big block, and it sounded good. It had they're thrush mufflers, so they have a meaty tone to them. So I'm gonna get this thing up in the air and bolt those back on. They were hooked to headers. We know they're not going to fit, but we got them. We're going to cut the collectors off. We're going to hang them and see how good they fit. And then maybe I'll just order some pieces of exhaust tubing and bends and connect A to B. That's all a shop will do anyway, and a shop's going to hit him for $500, $600, $700. So we'll hit him for $300. But that's what I'm going to do. She's going up. All right, let's go up. All right, right, you can see underneath the cross member gives us plenty of room. The passenger side's pretty much aiming this way. The driver's side, it's tilting down. It's dog-eared. So back here there's one of the bolts still right here where they were hanging. So we're just going to put it back where it was and see what we can do. Somebody's got to do it, right? Got to have an exhaust on it. Put a washer, a lock washer, and a nut. All right. There's one. Perfect. Oh yeah, this is very positive. All right, so getting our first look. This would be about perfect right here because the cross member, this exhaust dips down right there. So we need another hanger back here. And then this side, same way with this. A bit over. I don't think we got it in the right hole. All right, I'll find a way to strap those up. We also have to find room for our fuel system, which is an electric fuel system. We're gonna maybe this frame rail up in here because we need to pop up on the driver's side, hopefully right up through there, and right up to the fuel lines. Or I guess we can come passenger side, it doesn't really matter. So I gotta find a place for all that stuff. And then maybe out here, keep it away from the exhaust. Put it all right here. That way, if he ever has to change the pump, he can get to it. So that's a pretty good option. Fuel line will go right up to the tank. Fuel filter, fuel pump. Then we go from there. You can see the welding here. The lack of welding. Springboro, Ohio shop. Right here, no welding. Right here, there's daylight. You can see I covered the daylight. No welding. Bed is so the bed won't sit down because of this is hitting, which that's normal, but it needed trimmed. It's just so bad. Sharp edges of a bracket that unbolts. So there's two bolts and that sharp edges. And then right here, sharp edge, barely my finger fits in. It don't actually, that's pointy. Two bolts, and that comes right off. Once again, shop from Springboro, Ohio. No welds, okay? I want you to look in there. No welds. There's daylight. My finger's covering the daylight. No welds. This is how you get people killed. This here, I don't know what that is. This is where they cut into the axle too deep. Droopy welds here with skeleton eyes. That all has to be fixed. Can't leave like that. This was welded and then cut. Like they welded it wrong, so they cut their weld off. What else? What else? It just goes on and on. The way the bed's cut, it can never be fixed. Look at that. Look at this. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. There's that. Now I see more. Look at this. So this left that shop like this, came here. Look, I won't touch it yet. Look. Peeled off with my hands. There's some foam on there for some reason. I don't know. Look at that. That unbolts right there, and you could cut it off straight. Four link bars. No welds. Look at that. Look, your big bearded buddy. It's the kind of work they sent out and charge. Look at those welds. No gas in those welds. That's it, man. Same thing over here. They welded a big old bracket on, welded it, and then cut it off instead of making it fit. Imagine we got drip rail over here hanging. Just cut, not even straight. Not even attempted to cut straight to where anyone could ever fix it. All right. Keep on working. No one cares, I guess. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut this exhaust off back where it's nice and straight, where we can weld new exhaust onto it. Then we'll take a measurement. All right, now we can build an exhaust. Let me keep kicking the camera around. Get under here where you can kind of see. Whoa! So really, we just gotta go from there to there, which ain't bad. And the same over there. I'm gonna grab something so I can tie these up, get a better look. Be right back. All right, got a few zip ties here. We're just gonna make some temporary hangers, just so we can do some measuring. We want the exhaust to be right in that hump with clearance all around it, just like that. Same with this guy. We want to get clearance so when the motor moves, it don't thump that cross member. All right, that one don't fit as good, but we also got to have room for a drive shaft too, so there's not much room back there. Once you start squeezing duals in there, still might hit there, but they're over as far as they can go. They was on here before. Tilted there, won't hurt anything. It's probably how they were. I never looked, but all right, so let's grab a tape measure. Do some figuring. Our chronometer won't work on this one. All right, what we got here? 2.5 OD. What we got here? 2 3/4 OD. I can make that work. What we got here? 2.5 OD. 2.5 OD right there, because I cut crooked. I could make I could make 2.5 work. 2.5 on that one. We could pinch that down to 2.5. Need some exhaust. 2.5-inch exhaust from there to there. Make that turn. Come into there. Make a piece over here. I don't have a bender, so there's only so much we can do without a bender. Pie cut some sections together is what I've done in the past. Or I don't know. I'll keep. This is why I wanted to get these in. That way I could think about it, what I want to do. I'd say if I bought some 2.5-inch bends, I could get an exhaust built real quick. Then they unbolt from the flange, so you could just unbolt them in one piece. Flange up there. Then we'll make another hanger pre-muffler. There's holes, boom, boom. Get rid of some of this old fuel line. And then we got to run a new fuel line to the tank and a return line. Like I just said, we would probably go inside the rail, dip out, hide it up here, dip back in, go up to the motor. That way it's accessible and away from the heat. All right, keep working.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this video. We took you to a quick little cruise in Franklin at the beginning of this video because it was so hot that we took off early. So if we got to say hi to you while we were there, that was really nice. And if we missed you, we're sorry, but we had to go. It was way too hot. So thanks for joining us on that one.
Yep.
Tim has been hard at work on our customer truck. He's gotten a lot done, gotten a lot ready for when we get back from our vacation.
Yeah, so just trying to leave on a strong point, strong note, and go have a little relaxing time. That way when I come back, we can just finish up the finishing touches on his truck, finish the wiring, finish the fuel, get a drive shaft in it, finish that exhaust. It sounds like a lot, but it's a job, and we're trying to get it done so we can use our lift to get this guy off of its frame.
I'm real excited for that. He did a little wheeling and dealing and got us another piece to the puzzle for that there
Yeah.
also. So
Yeah,
that
we've
was
been wheeling and
exciting.
dealing a little bit every day.
I know, it's been a lot of fun. That's been really awesome. So this is our Thursday video that you guys are watching, and tonight is Sunday. We actually leave tonight for vacation. So
Yep.
you guys will be watching this, and we'll be on vacation. So we hope that you enjoy it. We worked really hard to try to get some footage for you guys before we left town. We have something real exciting I told you about a couple videos ago. A company reached out to us and asked us if we would try out one of their products, and their deal with us was that if we liked their product, that they were willing to give us an extra to give to you guys. So this is the GOOLOO GP4000 battery charger. You can get these on Amazon. We'll share the link in the description for you guys on this one. We're going to take this on our trip with us. So hopefully we don't need it, but if we do, this thing was made to quickly charge anything. Cars, trucks, motorcycles. It can do up to a 10-liter diesel engine. It can charge it does. So it comes with all this nice stuff. There's a flashlight on the end of it. We've got charging ports, so like you can use this as an additional charger if you need to charge your phones or anything. It's lightweight, it's compact. It'll go right in your side of the road kit.
So we'll take it with us on our trip. Hopefully we don't have to use it, but if we do use it, we're going to show it to you.
That's right.
And then when we get back, we'll take a few of our vehicles that are probably sitting around dead, and we'll put it in action.
Put it to the test. So if you would like to be entered to win one of these chargers that GOOLOO is so kindly giving to you guys, all you have to do is comment GOOLOO on this video, but it has to be on this video. So comment GOOLOO and you'll be entered to win. We'll draw a name and I'll get your information and they'll ship it directly to you.
GOOLOO.
That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, somebody's gonna win.
Somebody's gonna win a free charger thanks to them. We appreciate you guys so much for always supporting us, and this is an awesome thing to be able to do for you guys and the people that are reaching out as sponsors and, you know, showing us the support that they have and now wanting to give back to you guys as well. That's really awesome. So we just hope to keep growing, and we can't do that without you guys. So we appreciate you, and we hope that we have a solid winner.
And when you got 47 vehicles like Peace and Grease, you always have a dead battery.
You have a lot of batteries. It's true.
We got at least, most of our stuff has 2 batteries.
Yeah.
So semi might even have 4.
It's true.
But anyways, we have a lot of fun making these videos, and we hope you keep watching. We're growing, so we appreciate that.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, keep the comments coming, and hope that we have good weather on our vacation.
See ya. Peace and Grease.